football, sell-out crowd, glorious day, and away we go. The opening bounce. One down by Ottens on the way down. Cassisi goes back under pressure. Could have been taken high. Burgoyne just lays it off. Chad Corns kicks inside the forward 50. Drifting back down there, Ebert. Roving the pack, Treadway. Wrenches it away from Egan. Opportunity for Pearce. He was tackled close to the boundary. Hunt. Clever. Hunt just loops the hand pass out. Enright goes back towards the square and Harley wide towards the boundary and Wojcinski running out of space, and it's out of bounds. The umpires this afternoon, three of the best, James, Kennedy and Head. So a throw in just outside the attacking 50. In front lay, this will be an interesting battle. Ottens hooks it down. The show must go on from the umpire. Hayden Kennedy went to ground and was making the signal on his knees.
Kane Corns has gone to Corey and Cassisi has gone to Gary Ablett.
So Corey short to Ablett. There are two guns in the midfield playing today. No Bartel, no Ling. You don't see that too often, Kane Corns, but then he missed the mark, which was Treadway. Wojcinski a bit too easily gets away to Enright and back to Wojcinski. Good day for him, you'd think, with those running bounces. Thurston's front spot, Nathan Ablett looking for a big match. Burns did well, and then Steve Johnson just as far as Sean Burgoyne. Normally uses it. Motlop should have taken the mark. Harley walks it over the line. So two informed players, Harley and Motlop, opposed to one another. Thought Harley was just outstanding last week against Corey Jones and given another big task today.
We're stablemates, Bruce, and we both got the flu. What does that mean? Diving in is Ottens. Over the top, Kane Corns. And that ball's not coming out.
That's great to see, though, isn't it? Someone of Otten's size and stature just diving in on the contest. A great example to the other midfield players.
Bounce on the wingman. Chad Corns decisively got it down to his brother. Kane towards half forward. Westhoff. He's marked about 55 metres out.
That was brilliant from Corns to Corns.
Westhoff just a half distance kick. Treadway, strong hands.
Fine. Mark here, back with me, Matt.
It's a potent looking forward line that Port Adelaide have got today. Treadway, Westhoff, they're tall targets. They've got Roden in there at ground level. They've got another marking option in Ebert. Westhoff will play out the goal square. Motlop will play out the goal square. Lots of talent inside their attacking 50.
Goalless last week after missing the previous 3 weeks. He kicks from 35 and he misses to the near side. Opening score of the afternoon. Port trying to wrench back second position on the table.
Both these teams have got great records in the opening terms. It's been a long time since the Cats have been headed early on. In fact, we've done a couple of their games when they've really set the standard. Remember against the Crows here a couple of weeks ago when they hardly let Adelaide touch the footy for 10 minutes. But not so far today. Quiet start, but Port getting a bit of an inside 50. Enright at half back.
They go in, Daniel.
They started so quickly the last time we saw Geelong down here against Adelaide.
So Enright just down the line and close to the line, touched by Playfair, and a boundary throw in.
Cats have gone with two tall marking forwards too, Playfair, Nathan Ablett, and also Mooney. Now, they don't normally play like that in their setup.
Ottens lays it down. Wojcinski again, out wide to Mackie. What a season he's had. Mackie floats it. And then Stokes just spent it before he actually got it. And then off one leg, kicks a high ball. Johnson, but Darryl Wakeland comes in from the back. And Wakeland back in the seniors. He's played the last 2 weeks for the Port Adelaide Magpies. Did a hamstring after being dropped in the middle of the season, really just for the balance of the team. So good to have him back. Daniel Pearce kept it in. May have been a mistake. David Johnson, good tackle. Thurston's when it was too high.
Mine.
And Corey gets the advantage, and it's a big advantage.
That's it there.
Mackie at 50.
He started on the wing against Chad Corns. Now, I'm not sure whether those two are opposed, but they're playing wide of each other at the moment.
Speaking of wide, it's a beautiful wide lead, Tim. And Steve Johnson with plenty of space.
Well, they take more marks inside their attacking 50 than any side in the competition. They set themselves up beautifully again. But you're right, you called it right the first time. Pearce should have actually allowed that ball to go over the boundary line.
He's kicked a goal in every match, Steve Johnson, just like Jonathan Brown and Matthew Lloyd. He hasn't played the full season, obviously. But what a season he's had, and kicks the first today.
Well, that was interesting there, and just looking up now to see whether or not Chad Corns, he does go to the wing again to pick up Mackie, so we can assume that those two are opposed. Chad Corns has had a little bit of the ball already. Mackie's had a little bit of a ball. That was a dangerous possession that he had. Nobody picked him up across centre-half forward, and they just organised themselves beautifully, as they do on so many occasions, to create that space.
So the Cats up by 5 points early going on this beautiful Sunday. Steve Johnson, another goal. Ottens and Lade. Could be match deciding. Umpire head. Good bounce. Laid up early, won it on the way down. Burgoyne in the grass, intercepted by Wojcinski. Look at the pace of the man. Down towards the 50. Could kick a goal. Stirring stuff. No. Misses to the left. They closed him down in the nick of time. I think it was Pettigrew who virtually arrived on his boot.
That's
and
serious
he needed
pace.
to.
That is serious pace running out of the centre. And that's an area Mark Williams spoke about before the game too, about maybe they could exploit Geelong in their leg speed.
So the Cats having a good couple of minutes here. Wakeland holding on to it. So Mooney, he and Steve Johnson, 86 goals between them so far. Another very good-looking kick to Johnson. Corns, well done to Surgeon, and then Surgeon to Pettigrew, to S. Burgoyne. That's now to Roden. One of the stories of the year.
He's been picked up by Milburn. I reckon he'll be instructed to push high up onto that wing and drag Milburn with him.
Not a great kick, and then David Johnson out to cut it off bravely, with Harley and also Motlop bearing down on him.
And that's where they've been so good all year, Geelong. Their preparedness actually to go back with the flow of the ball, and you see the defenders just applauding that effort of courage.
Boak is off. Salopek is on. Early change. Milburn, as he does so well, slips away, kicks up towards the wing, diving forward, play fair, a little rusty, spilled it. Pettigrew having a fine season, delayed, 75 metres out, turns around, kicks it down towards the pocket. Scarlett plays on. We saw Glass on Friday night, Scarlett this afternoon. Two outstanding defenders. Tough one for the All-Australian selectors. Enright back to the pocket. Tom Harley played the one game for Port Adelaide. Drives it to the outer side. Now Milburn, nobody up ahead. Can have a couple of bounces. A man's got to know his limitations. He gave it to Wojcinski, who he knew was quicker, but the hand pass wasn't good, and they pay the price.
Daniel Pearce ball.
Sometimes players think too much.
Gee, Wojcinski's been prepared to run early, hasn't he? He's taking them on. He obviously wasn't listening when Mark Williams thought Port might have an advantage in pace to you, Tim, before the game. Cassisi gets it from Salopek.
They're backing themselves early, aren't they, the Cats?
Not 15.
So not 15, Kane Corns. That's a cute kick, actually. Did very well there to Salopek. Just his second match back, Salopek. He had a long time out. Played rounds 1 to 5 and then 8 to 12. So he hasn't played a whole heap of footy. Here's Logan, who hasn't played since round 4, but he's played the last 7 matches for Glenelg in the SANFL. Wakeland drifts down, but he's chopped off Wojcinski again. And then the handball, just giving Mooney a bit of a task, but Stokes is up for it. And Stokes back to the racehorse.
Wojcinski, will he go again? Nowhere to go. Scarlett, off half back. A little chip down towards half forward. Burgoyne's in front, takes the mark. This is Peter. Terrific form last week. Across the ground he comes. Chapman missed the mark. First back though. Over Ebert's head. Taken by Hunt. Goes towards half forward. Mackie lets it bounce. Right on the line. Back to Chapman. Measures the kick. Hangs it out to the right. Still in the field of play. Adelaide taken the mark. Close to the behind post. Spots Varco. Goes to him now. Varco's got it. Not 15. Play on's the call. And Varco pops it through.
Williams will be livid in the coach's box. On 2 occasions there, Port Adelaide players elected not to run hard enough and pick up their opponents, whether or not they were their direct opponents or not. The first one was Chapman. There were 2 Port Adelaide players near Chapman when he ran on for Mackie. Neither of those players ran hard enough. And then here's Nathan Ablett. Varco just ran easily, uncontested into that space, unaccompanied.
So Varco gets the goal. Down to you, Rick.
Just a bit of cat and mouse down here, Bruce. Gary Ablett's getting tagged by Kosicki, and he's actually using the bench to try and break that tag. Ablett came off the ground, Kosicki followed him, and as soon as Kosicki came off, then Ablett sprinted back on just to try and create some space for himself.
So the Cats with a couple of goals now, asserting their authority. Port, bit lazy down back a moment ago, Port Adelaide, not a good sign. Chad Corns gets it from Salopek, the kick to Ebert. It was well played by Hunt. Belting it over the line.
Talk about cat and mouse, really interesting at that centre bounce there too. Milburn was opposed to Salopek, elected not to go anywhere near him. Salopek pushed in, got the ball from the centre bounce, and Milburn just pushed back across half back into the space.
So Blake on and Brogan, the 2 that started on interchange. Wojcinski getting a lot of it, but not quite that time. Chad Corns gets it from Logan and then gives it a bit of a hook. Treadray got a fingertip, I think. And it'll be a boundary throw in left forward pocket.
Sort of a nothing kick in the end. I reckon he would have been better off going for the goals there, Chad. He would have been within distance. He tried to just kick the ball delicately over the top of Treadray's head.
After the boundary throw in, a chance for Salopek. Could have been taken high. Now he needs to get it out. Scramble ensues, and we'll have a ball up. And that interchange, a height of activity at the moment. It is a warm day. It was high, that tackle. Brogan back to back there, if you don't mind, like a shootout coming through. Burgoyne stops the goal. Sean Burgoyne.
He's a star, and he is extremely dangerous. That's his 30th goal for the year. 44% of these goals have come from stoppages. Here's a stop play. Loses his man in the traffic. A beautiful tap over the back to the space. Just watch this again. That's just lovely play there. And that's pretty standard finish by him.
Well, what a good set play there by the Power. So the hit-out's advantage. Port 3-1. We saw Corns to Corns early, didn't we? And that was just a beauty with Sean Burgoyne, who does that so well. I can see Ricky working overtime down there, looking good. Cam Mooney's gone to the interchange bench, which is a little bit of maybe of a surprise. I think he might be okay. Ablett twists and turns, and then Kelly back to Ablett. Motlop back to Kelly. They didn't panic. Not a great kick. Gave Burns a run though, and then Burns able to use Egan, and Egan lovely kick to Nathan Ablett in front of Thurston, and quick to go Nathan Ablett. Out wide to Chapman. So much to like about Chapman, but caught there, just trying to do maybe too much. Wilson held up, terrific tackle from the back. Varco over the top, ball up, about 45 metres out.
Yeah, go through,
Motlop coming off, Adelaide about to come on for Port on this warm day, and that's going to be a factor, you would think, after half-time today. Hot conditions. Brogan got a bit of it, and then the little give to Wilson, who sort of hacked it out to a contest in the centre.
Reaching over the top, Egan got a fist on it. Brilliantly done there by Treadray. Into the path of Ebert, runs to the 50, lines up, and I think he's got it. What a wonderful goal.
Well, that was just a sensational bit of play there by Treadray. To claim the ball. It was a difficult one to win. Watch this. There he goes. A spin, and then off to his left there. Ebert just running into that space, steadied on the 50-metre mark, and he has just been an absolute star in the forward line, this bloke. A terrific finisher and their #1 goal kicker this season. But that was wonderful play there by Treadray.
Terrific finish by Ebert. Great play, Treadray. Ricky, what about Mooney?
Well, it's just been a hype of activity down here on the bench, Bruce. Mooney's come off for a spell. It's very warm conditions today. The players probably aren't used to those conditions. Yet both Corns brothers have had a spell, as has Ablett. So I think the coaches will want to keep the players fresh for later in the game.
Just been told, Rick, 13 interchanges in 14 minutes, so that backs up everything you said. Here's Cassisi, so Port going well here after the Cats kicked the first couple. Eva couldn't quite.
Cassisi missed Brogan too. Brogan broke away from the congestion to about centre-half forward. As we see the great man, Gary Ablett, father of both Nathan and Gary Jr.
So half forward right, Lay gets a second go at it. Well done, Cassisi. Back turn and then to the pocket, Westhoff and Scarlett. And what a compliment for Westhoff that Scarlett gets the job today. I mean, this skinny kid in his first year of AFL who's been such a revelation.
They've been good at the stoppages, Port, in the last 5 minutes of play. Here we go again, see whether they can set up a goal-scoring opportunity.
Lay directs it down, or tried to, stolen away by Joel Corey. Thought his way through that well, Corey. To the opposite pocket, Steve Johnson, who got the opening goal. Looks towards the middle, his namesake. That's an awkward one. Burgoyne's got it. Hand pass to Salopek. Lines up from 40 metres, Port in front.
They've got loads and loads of talent, Port Adelaide. Salopek is an excellent young player, but once again it was Burgoyne. They couldn't escape the defensive 50. Geelong was a poor kick, didn't hit its target. Burgoyne thought his way beautifully through that, and the finish by Salopek, who started the game on the bench but just gives enormous depth to what already is a very talented midfield for the Port Adelaide side.
They've finished well, Port, haven't they? They've shooting for goals been great. Bobby Davis, bless his heart.
They look sharp.
Bob, a legend down here, so much a part of the Seven network for so many years as well. Loved working with him, like everybody else in this network, over the stretch. Kelly to Mackie, and then Mackie out wide. Good kick to Varco, and then Varco quickly on to Burns, and Corns gets him and he drops it. Well, these are little victories, Tim, aren't they, for Port at the moment? I mean, in the last couple of weeks, that wasn't happening when the Cats were playing as we saw them against the Crows and the Kangaroos. So they're being challenged here. Corns to Pearce on his wrong side, and then going to ground Boak, and then Motlop just turning.
Drew a free kick.
Darren, 50 metres, you picked it up, you put it straight back down the ground. Let's go.
And Milburn comes straight off the ground.
And that will bring Motlop within distance too. He'll be just inside the 50.
He's a very long and accurate kick, Motlop.
Actually, that was a long
That's it there, jump out, guys.
and accurate 50-metre penalty too.
Daniel, 2 metres that way.
He's kicked 19 goals, 5 from set shots, Motlop, this year.
That's it there, time thinking.
Kicked goals in 12 of the 13 matches. He's actually sitting on 34 goals. Now, that was the best he'd done previously at the Kangaroos in 04-34, so good chance here. The beneficiary of a 50. Good looking kick. And Port continue to be very accurate.
He's extremely accurate. He's only played 14 games this year, Motlop. He's always been a prodigious talent. His consistency's been questionable. He's kicked 35 goals now for the year at just a touch over 73%. That's a 50-metre penalty against Milburn. And, I mean, he was well outside kicking range there, but that has brought him right inside the 50 metres. And that is a wonderful finish. And at the moment, their talented players are getting their hands on the ball for Port Adelaide.
So the Power leaded by 12 points. A bit to think about. Getting some assistance too from a man who knows all about the coach's box. 25 plays 13, so after a slow start, Port succeeding in putting the Cat
High contact.
back in the box.
Dominic, let him up.
Or
Gary, back
more
on the ball.
correctly.
Gary, high on.
Cassisi, Salopek in the midst of things. Sean Burgoyne.
3 metres.
He's about 65 metres out. Treadray breaks. He goes in that direction and hits it. Well, Treadray, I haven't seen him out of the blocks like that for quite a while.
He looks sharp too, Dennis. In fact, right across the field, their players just look on top of their game today. Here's the free kick against Gary Ablett. That first contact there was high against Cassisi. He's been good in the early part.
He'll kick from about 45 metres out. He started well. shades of the great one. Through, he's got it. He's back in town, albeit Geelong.
Well, the clearances at the moment, Port Adelaide are smashing Geelong out of the centre. That's where they're gaining control of the ball. And then, as we see there, they're using it beautifully too. Their skill level is extremely high, Port Adelaide. And I reckon this is the first time in a long time this Geelong defence has really been tested.
Chapman feeling he's back as well. Short one. The kick from Mooney, long down towards full forward. Fingertips to it from Johnson. Kelly worked off the line of it. Surgeon did brilliantly. Chaplin, Peter Burgoyne, Chad Corns, and now Kasisi. Gee, the signs are good for Port Adelaide. Kasisi back to the middle. Wakeland. It's amazing. A couple of players go out of his side. Now Ablett holding his knee. Ablett, it may have just been an errant boot to the knee as Wilson comes up to the wing and Boak, who had battle brain moments ago on the outer side, ignored a lead or the fact that Pearce was by himself, waited till he was covered, then kicked it directly to the man who was covering him. You saw Ablett was down.
That's a corky, I think, just above the knee.
Unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, Bartel with an appendix, Ling with a hamstring, Selwood out today. Ablett can hardly get off the ground. He's in so much pain.
He's struggling. I don't think we'll see too much more of him this afternoon.
It's amazing too. There's a hush come across this ground.
So Wakeland goes back. What did Mark Williams say last weekend about injuries and things?
Yeah, crystal ball.
Wilson knows a fair bit about injuries. So Ablett coming from the ground.
Play on. Roll.
And the Cats, well, they probably want the siren, don't they? Just to regather here. They Port are in a holding pattern as we speak. Salopek goes back to Pettigrew.
Play on.
It's been a fascinating quarter, hasn't it? Geelong, after 10 minutes, we thought, yeah, 2-0. That's what we expected, probably. Surgeon at half-back.
Play on.
They've been so efficient, the Cats, all year.
There's Dad just running down to see what's going on.
So Gary Ablett Sr. obviously as worried as all the other Cat fans. It's his son, Roden, wanting to draw. Salopek, he set him a task, Roden, and they ran it forward about 30 or 40 metres. Gary Ablett going down to the rooms.
Here's the incident. Here's the kick from Kasisi across the ground, and there's, it looks like Wakeland's knee just contacted him just above the knee in the soft muscle tissue part.
Down goes Logan. Was he pushed in the back? No. He's holding the ball.
Give it up, please.
So
Give
under
it
2 minutes till
immediately.
quarter time, and a bit happening. And that's so often the way. You lose good players like Bartel and Ling coming in. It does apply more pressure to the other good players.
Dennis, Ling has only missed 3 games in the last 6 years, and Bartel's played 68 of the last 69. They're just not used to not having him out there.
No. Here's Chapman. And the other good players in the team need to pick up the slack.
That's right. It just tests that next level of midfield players.
Thumbs up.
So here's Mackey.
Stay the way.
Arguably their best player, Bartel, you could make that case. And their best stopper, certainly Ling, out of the team.
They're really slowing their ball movement though too, Port. They're being smart.
Scarlett. He got it from Chapman. Coming up the ground, Nathan Ablett takes the mark on the wing. Crowd 150. The margin, 19 points. Burns, telling kick inside the forward 50. Brogan, simply too big. Over the top, they'll run the clock down now as he goes back to Chapman. Fully aware of the time. Chapman to Surgeon, who I think will go back to Chapman.
Their defence has been outstanding, Port Adelaide. Outstanding in this quarter.
Well, with the races off yesterday around the country, there's probably a surplus of money. You've got me, Port Adelaide, even at quarter time.
They're happy just to control the ball for the last 30 seconds.
Wilson to Wakeland. He's at right half back. They were exuding confidence when they came onto the ground, I thought, Port. Pettigrew to the opposite pocket. It's quarter time. 5-2 to 2-1.
This is the incident again. There's Wakeland's knee goes up, just catches Gary. I think it's just above the knee. I don't think it's a serious knee injury.
No.
He seems to be rubbing just the top part of the muscle just above the knee. There we go again.
Would hurt like hell, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. In fact, we might even see him again this afternoon, Dennis.
Rick's on the case, we can tell you that. 5-2, 2-1, quarter time Sunday footy at Skill Stadium.
Now at Harvey Norman's Games Hotspot. Xbox 360 price crash. The ultimate gaming system has crashed to an unbelievable $529. Get a 20 gig hard drive, wireless controller, media remote and high def cable, all for the one new low price. Xbox 360 crashes to just $529 at Harvey Norman. Now's the time to get into the next gen console, offering the biggest range of games. Get it all at your Xbox 360 destination. Price crash to just $529. Harvey Norman's Games Hotspot.
Homer eats Whopper, takes 75. Action! Go! Go! Double meat, double cheese, double...
This St George home loan is really straightforward. Perfect for you guys. You get a low competitive rate, there's no monthly fees, and flexible repayment options. That's it. A low competitive rate, no monthly fees, flexible repayment options. Happy?
Sounds great, and no monthly fees. That really sounds good.
Oh, wow.
A straightforward home loan from St George. Apply now and for a limited time pay no establishment fee. Call 13 55 40 today.
The luxurious Honda Legend has a 5-speed sequential shift transmission with race-inspired paddle controls. Because hey, why should Formula One drivers have all the fun?
With the AFL finals just around the corner, Saints leader Nick Riewoldt settles onto the couch to chat about his team's chances for September. Nick Riewoldt on the couch, 8:30 Monday night, live on Fox Sports 1.
Started the second term. Lade beaten by Ottens, who's doing well. Kane Corn, stifled hand pass. Back into the action was Gary Ablett. Pushing the back on Joel Corey. He'll get the free. Psychologically, the return of Adelaide is big too. Wajinski comes out wide. Mackey over the top. Kelly lines up goal, kicks and misses. Never had that one on line. Margin 18 points. Fast start by the Cats this afternoon. Then all Port Adelaide. Diving mark taken by Kane Corns. For a moment there, I thought Geelong had a chance for the old 7-point play. Kane Corns, another stellar season, even by his standards. Around the outer side, Lade interfered with. He'll get the free kick. Advantage is paid.
And so Port at centre wing, quickly into their half-forward line, even at the back. Good effort from the front, though, by Scarlett.
It's got to be 50. It took a long time to get the ball back.
So Scarlett at half-back goes short into the centre. David Johnson able to get it to Enright, and then Enright bangs to Nathan Ablett. I think it's a free kick.
Your ball, David. Steve.
Against
I was right round you at the start. Yep.
So against Chaplin to Steve Johnson in range.
You love those big kicks, don't you, off half-back like that, because immediately it puts the defence under pressure. It drew a free kick here just because of the ball move and how quick it came through the air.
Well, Steve Johnson has done so much this year and kicks from about 50, and a mark taken by Nathan Ablett right on the line.
This is the best I've seen him play all year, Nathan Ablett, in the early part of this game. Only averaging 3 marks over the last 3 weeks a game, which is not nearly enough for a key forward.
Called to play on. Left foot. Skillfully done, and he gets the goal.
They elected to play, Dad's happy with that, they elected to play another marking forward, Playfair, who's off the ground at the moment. I think they've decided they were too tall. 2 of their tall players are on the bench now, but maybe he's just looked up Nathan Ablett and thought, okay, Henry Playfair gets there, just a little bit of a nudge in the back there too. And maybe that puts a little bit more pressure on him, but he's happy, isn't he, Dad, with that? He's had a mixed quarter and a bit, though.
was Toby Thurston's thinking about on the mark. He was busy scratching away and not paying attention. Come on, Toby. 5-2, 3-2. 12 points. Suddenly Geelong playing some of their best football of the afternoon. This in the opening 10 minutes. Coming away from centre, Mackie gave it across to Corey. Taken by Wakelin at the back to Surgeon. Port need to steady here. Settle it down, play the game at their tempo. Stole to play on. Johnson comes to him. Surgeon's made it interesting. Johnson missed him. Surgeon's away. Pushes up the ground. Kane Corns clever. Got it back to Surgeon. Run down. Got boots a ball. Bit lucky. Roden a hand to it. Egan knocks it away from him. Chance for Roden once more. Tackled by Wojcinski. Into Scarlett. Taken by Johnson. Falling to the ground. Did well. Back to Scarlett. Over Wojcinski's head. Peter Burgoyne. Salopek down towards full forward. Ebert backs back. Hunt won the battle.
Gee, it was a big battle too, Dennis. It was a great mark. The kick out wide set Chapman a task. He went to ground. Salopek coughed it up. Harley, well done. To Ottens, to David Johnson. This is giving Geelong plenty of heart, isn't it? Milburn at centre wing, quickly on. Now Mackie, really, I thought he was on his way to a goal. He still might be. Courtesy of Cam Mooney. Comes inside, takes them on, hooks it, and the Cats are roaring back.
Contested possession at quarter time was 29 points, 21 Port Geelong. And in the early part of this second quarter, though, I reckon the Cats, Bomber Thompson held the players for a long time at quarter time, and he appeared to be just addressing their commitment to the cause, and I reckon we've seen a real difference in the early part of this second quarter. The couple of contested footies have gone the Cats' way.
There's our man, Cam Mooney, 51 goals for the season, including a season's high 5 against the Kangaroos last Sunday, 2 against Port Adelaide back in round 9. So for the moment, Mark Williams deep in thought. Ottens more than holding his own. In front was Enright. Ablett dug it out of there. Milburn heard the voice, went back to Enright. Too slick though, missed Corey. Now a chance for Kane. That's Kane Corns. Comes back to Burgoyne. Sean hooks it down towards full forward. Strong mark Ebert.
Thanks, Joshy. Yep. There you go. Just go away.
That's Brett.
Just another quick kick over the shot. It just puts the defence under enormous pressure. A kick like this. He really wasn't looking at where he was kicking or what he was kicking to, but they're just one-on-one contest down the field, and that bloke's a very good overhead mark, Ebert.
Having a fine season. This should be a soda after the drama late last week. In he comes, and he gets the goal.
Well, that's his 49th goal for the year, so he's been their key forward all season. Here's the pressure applied. Again, the Cats just coughed the ball up there. Good protection from Roden in the background there. And then Burgoyne, just noticing that downfield they had one-on-one contests all the way. It was a quick hit. It just covered Hunt and fell into the hands of Ebert. But he's got great concentration when the ball's in the air.
Well, it was Hunt's mark against Ebert a moment ago that set Geelong's goal up, wasn't it? When he was able to outmark him, and now Ebert gets him back. So Port get a steadier after the Cats came out with a couple of early goals here and plenty of momentum. Lay to Corey. Well done by Kasisi, but Corey was terrific in the end, and then Ablett this way and that way. Slow ball to Mackie. Chad Corns. So the Corns boys starting well again. Kane's had 15 disposals. And this is number 10 for Chad. Kasisi's got a panic here if he wants to go. Westhoff leads. Now he's going to go as long as he can. Motlop, I think, was the target. He's very slow off the mark, Motlop. And so was Westhoff. But David Johnson went to ground. Slow motion stuff at the moment. Burgoyne gets Wojcinski ball up.
And that's where Kasisi can hurt Gary Ablett. Gary Ablett was at centre-half back when Kasisi went out onto the flank on his own and got the ball. And he almost forgot that he was supposed to be opposed to somebody, Ablett.
I think Motlop forgot he should compete. Here's Burgoyne, snaps it across his body and kicks a goal. Wonderful skill.
That is the second time in this game where they've laid the ball off at a stoppage to this bloke and he's finished it off. Here it is again. Just lost his direct opponent there, Enright, far too easy. And you would think that that would be the concentration from the coaching staff to Enright. Once this bloke gets inside the 50, he must be locked down on.
Have to be goal side.
He's just too good, isn't he? In that part of the ground, you just need to lock down on him. As you say, Dennis, goal side. You see a shot there of the big crowd here at Skills Stadium. Wonderful afternoon for football.
Well, Burgoyne's kicked 31 goals and Ebert 49. I mean, small players. So they've got 80 goals, 90 goals between the two of them. Make that 80. Used to be my strength. Laid.
Do you like the help you got from us?
To Corns. Out wide. There was Chad Corns. Ebert missing that one. Now David Johnson, who came in for Jimmy Bartell. Henry Playfair coming in for Cameron Ling. Steve Johnson. To Ottens. He'll look for Mackey's run. But Sean Burgoyne going with him, so he goes inboard to Corey Enright. Now Mackey kept going and takes the mark just outside 50.
Well, that's one of the battles of the afternoon, Mackey and Chad Corns.
So Mackey just sets it up. I think he wanted Chapman. Chad Corns gets across. Well done, Pettigrew to Peter Burgoyne. And Peter Burgoyne is usually very careful with the football. And he takes a long time to kick it to a 2-on-1. It wasn't a good option. And Hunt, who's having a really interesting duel, I reckon, with Ebert, takes the mark at half-back. Down the line to Varco.
Big afternoon for Hunt too. Here's Varco inside the forward 50. Oh, great judgment by Ablett.
Go, mate, go.
Proving a handful for Thurstons.
Nathan, around a metre. Thanks.
Now he's about 40 metres out. Sharp angle, but it will open up for the right footer. He's got one. We saw Dad loving it. Dad would like this one even more. In he comes. He rides it with his body. About 5 metres out from goal. Off hands. Wilson slipped it across. Burgoyne touched off the boot directly across the line. Well, the pressure from Varco was the telling matter there. He got there quickly. And the silky skills not quite enough for Burgoyne. Blake tries to flick it down. Backing through the pack, Cassisi tackled. Ablett, was he pushed in the back? He was.
Going in the back.
I haven't seen him as involved in a game this year that we've covered of Geelong's, Bruce.
Well, he's a man on a mission, I think. Maybe the Henry Playfair in was a good stimulant.
Well, you just wonder, don't you? You just wonder whether or not seeing another tall key forward alongside you out there on the field makes a difference at all.
Maybe Dad went to see him at quarter time. 25 metres out. Ablett, important kick. Straight through the middle.
He has got the talent, there's no question about that, but in games we've watched over the last few weeks, and there's definitely a free kick just straight into his back there, he just hasn't involved himself enough in the game. Now the conditions here are pretty warm this afternoon, but he just appears to be working a lot harder, not just at ground level, but in actually presenting to the football at the same time.
So Tim, Darryl Wakeland's now on him. I think Thurston's has had him though for most of the match, so the switch has been done.
He's lost him, Thurston's. He just hasn't been able to go with him, whether or not his concentration's there this afternoon.
So the Cats kicking 3 of the 5 goals in this term, closing the gap on the scoreboard. So just a 2-goal game. Brogan goes early. Chad Corns, Chapman quick to tackle, and then Enright stood up in the tackle, and Port Adelaide on top of him.
They're a real chance, Port, while they play this contested football, while they're hard inside. If they drop off in that area...
Well, nobody's been able to go with Geelong in that area, have they? In this big winning run of theirs. Chapman, gee, did well there, Chapman. And then Enright squeezes it. Brogan in trouble. He threw it, I think. Varco, the handball to Mackie. Mackie caught by Roden and also Boak. And again, a 50-50 footy that Geelong get going forward. Peter Burgoyne quick to get rid of it to Surgeon, to Pearce, and he released him just on his right side, being a left footer, but Pearce wasn't happy with what was up in front of him, then he runs too far.
Too far. No, it's okay.
Good decision, yeah.
Yeah, good call, Bruce. I think you just got the umpire then too.
Thanks, Warren.
You're just in front of him then. Half a step.
Here's Burns. Down towards half forward. Mackie putting himself about. Delicate. Stokes has it. 65 metres from goal. On the lead. The mark is taken by Mooney right on the 50. More problems for Toby.
Picking him off again, Dennis.
Yes, they're picking on him. Absolutely. Why not? I think he's still on the bus at the moment. There goes the kick from Mooney. Enright had to wait. Burgoyne did brilliantly. Johnson, 60 metres out, some indecision. No. Pettigrew going back takes the mark. Both alongside. Kick towards the outer side. Now it's going to be a free kick to Logan. Property man's got a sense of humour at point. He's given him Stewie Jew's shorts. There goes the kick from Corns. Awkward half volley for Treadway. Almost away. Oh, terrific. Tommy Harley.
Just let it go.
Treadway thought he was gone. Harley had other ideas.
Correct decision. Watch this again. Ball comes free in the tackle.
The last time they were that close, they were tossing the coin, weren't they, about 45 minutes ago? Geez, been good, Harley. Chapman. To Johnson. Wide to play fair. So Geelong being careful. Blake, well done. The Colt figure strides away. He's got Kelly out wide. You can see that mind ticking over as he wobbles it forward, but straight to his opposite number, basically, in Dean Brogan.
Port played that well too. They made him kick the footy.
Yeah.
Boak back to Peter Burgoyne, to Michael Wilson. Wilson, whose big play late in the match, probably gave Port the chance last week when he was able to brush Crawford's tackle aside. So right in front of us.
That's the turnaround in this quarter too. Port won the contested footy by 8 possessions in the first quarter. Geelong are leading by 7, so they've just picked up that area of their game.
Laird knocks it forward. Enright in the road. Blake. Burns. But he had the football. Doesn't matter. Boak, who'd love a big game this afternoon, gave it to Pearce. Charging through Enright. Puts it on the boot. And it bounces out of bounds. So a lot of hard work for little return. Sean Burgoyne comes off anywhere near the interchange gates. And there's a mass exodus. Throw it in. Interference that time. He was close last time, and I reckon the umpire decided, well,
Blake, get this way.
He just pushed it a little bit harder.
That's right. So Blake gets the free against Lade.
That's better.
Kelly. Shadow boxing. Goes back to Egan. Pitches in front of him. He's got the ball covered and he's got support. They fan out. Opportunity now. Enright. Got it from Playfair. Kicks it out wide. It bounces obligingly for Steve Johnson. Looks down towards the 50. Awkward half volley. Oh, well played. Slipping away down there was Mackie. Long kick towards full forward, but it just tails away to the left and goes through for a behind. Geelong doing most of the attacking at the present time.
Kane Corns, he's got his brother outside of him. You feel he's going to use him in a moment, and he does. And then Chad Corns, good kick inside to Wakeland, who loves to run off. Now to Roden. So Port with nowhere really to go. Roden has to hold it up. Westhoff has to work out wide and unable to keep it in.
It's probably the best result they could have hoped for. Then they had not a lot to kick to as they went forward. They get this opportunity to set themselves up at a stoppage where they've been so good inside their attacking half.
Look at the inside 50s. Cats dominating in this quarter. Well done, Kane Corns to Salopek to Ebert. And then Ebert forced to go on the right foot to centre half forward. Treadway half a chance. I think it was Egan that belted it away. Wojcinski missed the bounce. He'll play Fair's handball. Not convincing. Surgeon, a hip and shoulder by Scarlett. Free kick.
Got him in the head. Side the head. Straight back.
So against Port here.
It was a critical one to win for Geelong too.
Just feel like the wheels turn slightly, don't we? Or Daniel Pearce, I don't know if he just lost it, but Chapman's got it.
He lost it in the sun. Where's the sun coming from? Close to the line. Ablett still going. Left it behind. Kelly tied up. Bounce right on the 50. And a couple of those forwards for Port have got to get more involved. Young Westhoff just stayed out of it that time.
Motlop too, Dennis.
Yep. Times you've got to get in there and do some work. Crawling after it, Kane Corns. He knows no other way. Pierce, clever. Surgeon likes a run. Up he comes. Kicks inside the forward 50, or does he? Just outside. Treadray goes back. Egan won it brilliantly. Oh, wonderful desperation. Logan still going. Logan. Treadray upended. Body slam there by Milburn. Got a whistle. And the ball up just outside the 50.
Just have a look at it. Great ball there by Logan, but this was just a wonderful 3-on-3 contest there. Great tackle there by Milburn too.
Ottens tries to lay it down, then gets a second crack at it. Wojcinski just misplayed fair. Westhoff, no free kick, right decision. Corns, Salopek. It's a goal. And Port have done that so well all day, haven't they?
That's his second goal too, Salopek, but you're right, they've done it really well from the stoppages inside their attacking half at being able to actually set up a goal. That was an errant handball that actually set it up there, but Westhoff rode the tackle, able to shoot the ball out, and then Salopek, who was just really the outrider then, just skirting the contest, able to finish off. Good pressure by the Port forwards.
And you asked their forwards to do something like Westhoff and Motlop, and Westhoff at least got involved, didn't he?
They have to.
That's all you've got to do. Have a go. Justin Westhoff did that. Ball came out, but he gave the contest that set up the goal for that young man, Stephen Salopek, who's got 2 now. And the margin back at 17 points. It was 19 at quarter time. So for all their endeavours, Geelong have picked up only 2 points. Corns out of the middle after Ottens won it decisively. Long kick. Westhoff was up, loose at the back. Scarlett gets back. Westhoff waiting for it, not in time. Milburn, they're under pressure. Johnson, now they're clear to Kelly. Kelly can bypass Pierce, he does, and comes to Mackey. Mackey runs it down towards right wing, or right half forward more particularly. Ablett dropping back, touch the mark. What a good kick by Mackey.
He is playing a game this afternoon, Nathan Ablett.
There was no holding there either.
Normally just a minor support role to Mooney, but he's the kingpin down there at the moment.
No, don't start pointing off paper.
Just smart use, just pick the ball up in flight. At the other end of the ground, I think Port have got a real problem with their tools now. Once the ball hits the ground, they've had Treadray laid, Westhoff and also Motlop down there. That'll be a concern for Mark Williams.
Nathan Ablett going at his 3rd goal here, should kick it. Just kicks it. That's a tonic for them.
Thurston started on him, but he was just getting off him far too easily. Camped himself inside the square. In fact, he went really deep then with Wakeland. This is a good long kick here from Mackey outside 50. And that just draws the contest there, and he was in best position. The ball's just carrying that little bit further at that end of the ground. Perhaps a slight breeze, just looking at the flags now fluttering about. There's a slight breeze to that end.
So it's the big guys for Geelong that have kicked their goals in this quarter. Nathan Ablett, 3 of them, and Cam Mooney, the other one. So 3 second quarter goals to Ablett, becoming a real factor in this game. Ottens and then Enright. So not the required distance. Burns wrapped up. Good tackle.
No chance.
So a really interesting 5 or 6 minutes coming up. Port hanging on to a couple of goal lead. Geelong has made a run or 2 at them. And let's see what happens. Who can get the goal or 2 that might make a difference going into half-time? Wojcinski, not quite. It was very exciting to see him run through, and then Pettigrew whipped off it. Geelong have got a taste for it here. Wojcinski and Steve Johnson now with a footy and a ball up.
The heart of the ball then, weren't they, Geelong?
Well, Wojcinski's so prepared to run and carry today, isn't he?
The Roos matched him in that area for about 2.5 quarters last week, but they just couldn't go with him the full duration of the game.
Enright, 3rd man up. Sean Burgoyne did pretty well in the end.
Wonderful.
Play on!
Brogan, not 15. Salopek around the other side wing. Treadray.
Lade.
Treadray towards half forward. Lade is the target. Simply too big there for Milburn, who seemed to punch it. Certainly the crowd out there thought so. Lade paid the mark at the second attempt. Towards the pocket. Ebert almost within range. Wheels around, kicks from 55. Motlop comes to it. Oh, great defence again by Harley. Not only knocked it away, found the football. Corey in trouble, he's been quiet. Got the hand pass to Hunt to Kelly. Good Shepherd too. Kelly away to Scarlett. Scarlett's hand pass though knocked down by Salopek. Spinning out of trouble, he did it again. Well, almost did it again. He beat two, not the third one. They were Jackie Chan-ons right there, and he couldn't take them all. He did moments ago across half back.
Mate, he just settled.
Beat one. Well, gee, that's a pretty tough call.
Yeah.
Ablett from Scarlett to Johnson, who drops it. Now squares it to Egan.
I think Sean Burgoyne paid for his brilliance there, don't you? I think the umpire thought he wasn't good enough to get a handball away. So Steve Johnson, Cats making a run here. Port, can they hang on and lead at half-time? Ablett didn't quite get it cleanly, but he broke Pearce's tackle a bit too easily. And Stokes, a goal kicker.
How many times have we seen Adelaide do that? It's very hard to make a tackle stick on him. He's just got tremendous power through his hips. Really hard to stop. You can retard him, but you can't completely stop him. And then he's got wonderful vision too. Just giving the ball out to say. I reckon just watching the general play in the last couple of minutes, Port just look a little bit tired. They haven't been getting back nearly quickly enough to pick up their direct opponents.
Stokes kicked the goal, came off the ground. There seems to be a breakdown in communications just looking at Port. Brogan calling for players to come up the ground. In fact, he and Burgoyne were back in the centre. In fact, they started to run down towards half forward to attract somebody's interest, but no one came forward. Not sure what they were trying to achieve. Kelly, maybe they figure with those quick goals to the Cats, they want some numbers back. Ablett goes to Scarlett. Scarlett, the short one. Wojcinski. Ablett once more. Bandaged, but not bowed. He goes down towards half forward. Playfair lays it off. Johnson. The Cats are surging. Kelly, a goal here for the lead. Lines up. Cats lead.
They become really ragged all over the ground, Port. Really slow at picking up their direct opponent. Geelong have been able to attack the corridor, get the ball inside there, and then they've had options when they've gone forward. Here we go. Ablett, he's such a dangerous player with the ball in his hands at that part of the ground because he got wonderful skill, a good decision maker, but it was Kelly who just slipped out the back, had too much space to operate in. See Chad Corns coming back onto the ground now, so he's one of their key midfielders.
That's what they wanted before. They wanted the spare man in defence. Brogan's gone down about 25 metres out from goal. Lade's gone into the middle, but they did it one goal too late.
And concede the lead. Geelong kicked the opening 2 goals of the match, but Port have been in front for most of this first half. Chad Corns off that bench getting an important clearance to Road, and this is where Port seem to have problems now. Oh, Ebert just built it out of it by Hunt from the front. And Milburn to Johnson. Geelong getting a real taste here. Lade against the flow. Did well, Lade. Really well. Wilson and Stokes chasing the same ball. And then Pettigrew back to Darryl Wakelin. Back to Chaplin. Wakelin again. Took a long, long time. And Geelong in the box seat. And their little victories now the Cats are winning, where Port were doing it earlier. David Johnson doing his chances of playing in the finals, no harm. Egan's kick not good. Roden's got a panic in front of him. He'll go over the top. Logan, can he kick the goal, Logan? I'm not sure if he wants to. The left foot. Well, you feel a bit for him, don't you? He hasn't played since round 4. He's back. He wants to play finals footy. And he made a bit of a mess of it.
Great interception there by Roden. They just had to think their way through this carefully, and just in the end didn't make the right decision there, Logan.
Wasn't a mark to Harley. Mackey was the man who kicked it to him. This is Ablett. He's been a presence in the last 15 minutes. Kelly comes to assist. Will go back to him and offer the good shepherd. Well played, James Kelly. Ablett hugging the boundary, out of bounds on the full. So 2.5 minutes till half time.
Wait, for the push in the fence.
What?
Even though he's on the full.
Wow.
Doesn't matter.
Got to work hard at Port.
Corey's got the free. Play on's the call. Gee, that was quick.
Inside.
So Corey has to take off. Goes down towards half forward and Chapman. Chapman's got it, 60 metres out. Any score on this sortie forward, and the Cats will lead. Steve Johnson right on the 50. Mooney offers a lead. That's not an intelligent kick. My wife would have liked to have been back in the goal square then. Brogan took the mark.
Was V a good footballer, is she did?
No, terrible, but she would have marked that. Well, she wouldn't have marked it. She would have spilt it and picked it up.
Kane Corns has done a wonderful job on Joel Corey. He's been averaging 34 touches a game. Joel Corey had just 9 almost on half-time.
So Brogan, who Dennis talked about wanting numbers back and filling the spot. That was interesting because he had a couple loose. He had laid loose for a long time and didn't want to go there.
It's symptomatic of how they're feeling as a side at the moment, though, what Brogan just did.
Taylor did that last week for Hawthorn. It's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Why would you do that?
Pedigree.
Back a metre, please, Jono. Back a metre, please.
Maybe you thought Toby was going so well. We'll get the hands of Toby around the football.
Stop thinking, Dennis.
I think he just doubted his own kicking ability then.
Wow. So Wilson, he's at 15. Chaplin loads it up and gets to centre wing. Geelong would like a turnover here, but Port get it. Treadray, who started so well, out wide to Boak. The Geelong boy, Boak, coming through the centre, confidently through the centre as he run out of ideas. Terrible handball to Treadray. Back to Boak. Gets it back to Burgoyne. Lovely kick. Well done in the end to Westhoff. And Port with a chance of getting that lead at half-time.
Here's the free kick against Kane Corns. Corey, just a gentle push. Just pulls up inside the fence. That's the bloke they needed the ball in the hands of, though, Burgoyne.
Well, he's been a very accurate kick, Westhoff. He's been a real revelation this year. Rarely misses, and Port back in front.
It's all clear.
He kicked his 27 goals from just 11 games, or 12 games now, Westhoff. So he's been a real find for them. Hasn't had a lot of footy in this. Here's Boak just running forward here. Now, not quite sure what to do. Handballs are here to Treadray. He's back to goal, got a direct opponent on him, and then they were just able to work their way through. And that it landed in Burgoyne's hand, who's a wonderful finisher, but also a really good decision maker. And that was a really important goal for Port right on half-time.
Well, just taking a quick look at the record book. The last time the Cats lost, when they trailed at half-time round 5 against the Kangaroos. So a chance of history, perhaps repeating this afternoon. Although they've shown enough to suggest they won't go down without a fight. Burgoyne laid it off. It comes back from Boak to Roden, and Boak will get a free. Advantage won't be paid.
Come back.
So Boak, the young Geelong Falcon, 5th man taken in the 2006 draft, chose footy over cricket. Comes to Logan. Dying seconds of the term. We're down to 2 seconds. It bounces out of bounds. Now, I doubt there's enough time for anything to happen here. Lade is the master of the flick down behind, but I reckon we're down to about half a second. So no chance of a play on that ball. It's half-time at Skill Stadium. Port Adelaide on top.
Hi, Dad. Here's your dinner.
Thanks, love. I'll see you tomorrow. LG's kitchen range makes everything easy, so anyone can use it. LG. Life's good.
Homer eats Whopper, takes 75. Action! Would you rather be working on your superannuation plans or focusing on your next shot? Would you rather be thinking about your financial security or keeping your family secure? Aviva allows you to focus on your future without losing track of what's important now. For details, see your financial advisor or visit our website.
Score points with your family. Go home. Fly Pacific Blue to New Zealand and the Pacific Islands. And right now you can fly from just $219. Book now at flypacificblue.com.
Chase windmills with the world's best. The European Tour heads to Tulip Town for the KLM Open. Campbell, Doherty, Langer and Long John Daly battle the green grasses of the Netherlands.
Yes.
The KLM Open, live tonight at 10, Fox Sports 1.
Started the second half then. Laid on the way down to Burgoyne. Lost it. Well done. Ottens digs it out. Mackie once more. He's been dangerous towards half forward. Missed the lead from Stokes. This is Pettigrew coming away. Needs to release the football and does. Hot potato. Well gathered out there though by Chad Corns. Kasisi back to Chad Corns. Hugs the boundary with a kick. Going back Johnson. Missed it. Egan off his fingertips towards the middle now. Play fair. Meters in the clear. Kicks inside the forward 50. Mooney has it bounce in front of him. Well done, Thurstons. Kept coming. Now he's got a problem. Awkward hand pass low down for Surgeon. Motlop went to ground. Came back to him. Feeds it back to Chaplin. Corns his 21st possession. Surgeon with support around him. Teammates left and right. Goes back to his left. Roden. Bit sloppy. Treadray. Kane Corn sets it up. And a good mark is taken by Logan.
No, he can't. Yeah, go, mate, go. Sorry. Yeah.
Motlop dribbled that through too. Corns had another couple of touches, but you mentioned how many touches he's had, Dennis, but it's the fact that he's kept Joel Corey to just 9 touches in the first half, and he's been averaging 34, Joel Corey, in the last 3 weeks. So not only has he done his job in reducing the effectiveness of Corey, but he's getting plenty of ball as well.
Well, that's the major characteristic, isn't it, of Kane Corns? Does both. Over his career, he's averaged 23 possessions against Geelong. Had a career high 38 last week against the Hawks as we watch Logan. And he misses to the near side, but increases the lead for Port Adelaide to a goal.
Port Adelaide again, just blocking the central corridor of the ground. Their defenders have pushed up.
Hunt's kick set Harley a task, but he did so well because Corns had a 50-50 go there, and Harley able to get it to Milburn. Straight to Adelaide though, and that was Geelong early, wasn't it, in this match when Port put the pressure on them in the first quarter. Their turnovers were uncharacteristic.
And Bruce, I don't think they can win this game, Port, unless their forwards get more active in this second half. Westhoff, Treadray, Ebert, Motlop had just 7 marks between them.
So Chad Corns, so he's up around the 20 possessions. Westhoff just gave a free kick away against Harley.
Back through, mate.
Oh, gee.
He got pushed into it.
Okay, sorry, I've missed that completely. So Westhoff being shoved into the back.
You'll pick it up here. Here he is, just about to launch himself, and then a whack in the back there from Egan. No question about that.
So bad blue by Egan, because Westhoff was probably at long odds to take the mark. Just a couple of touches, but he kicked a very important goal. He's had a magnificent first season. 27 goals in his 12 matches. There's normally a good kick for goal, and that's a chance. In fact, it's a goal. Terrific goal from the pocket.
That was a magnificent kick, and they will need, in the first half, Port were very efficient. They were shaded by the Cats inside 50, so when they've gone inside their 50, they've made the most of those opportunities, but I still think their key forwards and Westhoff, I mentioned Treadray has to get, he doesn't still look 100% fit, Treadray, he looks like he's limping around out there, and Ebert and also Motlop have to get busy.
Justin Westhoff, what a bargain. The 71st pick in last year's draft from Central Districts. His dad and his brother both played in South Australia. Mark Thompson, not used to being in this position, certainly this year. If you look back to last year, though, and find a bit of handy experience. 10-4, 8-4. Important times in this game. Ottens flicks it down. Cassisi goes after it. And we'll have a ball up.
That's the area they've been really good too, Port, in their clearances. They're smashing Geelong in that area at the moment.
Paul Chapman hasn't seen a lot of action. Ottens to Burns, stifled by Roden. Charging in with Wojcinski, Surgeon. Varco, though, won it out of the middle, kicks it down towards half forward. Well done by Peter Burgoyne with dash inside the forward 50. Scarlett, wonderful judgment, hit the ground running, goes short. Now Wojcinski, who started so speedily, to Milburn. Rather untidy hand pass, bounces obligingly for Stokes, back to Wojcinski, 60 metres out, they need a lift. Could this be it? Not quite. Just the wrong side of the post.
He kicked a point in the opening term after a big run too, didn't he, Wojcinski?
Good mark there by Scarlett.
He sort of lost Westhoff after he took the mark, didn't he? He was away.
And Treadray actually didn't make it to the contest. And Mark Williams will be sending the message out there. You have to get a contest inside your forward 50. Bring the ball to ground, because that's where so much of Geelong's attacking rebounds set up.
So Ottens wins that battle with Lade. Cassisi over the top. Joel Corey. Cassisi trying to get out. Roden. Oh, gee, he was legged there, Roden. Bit unlucky. Lade. Burns has had a fairly quiet day, unable to get it clear. Well done, Roden. He made 3 or 4 efforts there. Should have got a free there. Not seen by the umpire, but he was good enough to get up and get going again. Ottens just winning it. Burns' hands were good. Ablett, don't see that too often. Kane Corns, Surgeon back to Chad Corns. He's got a couple of, that was interesting off the play. Chad Corns had a couple of chances inside, decided to go down to centre half forward, but Geelong had all the numbers. Milburn on hands and knees. Bad kick. Peter Burgoyne, he's got Motlop wide. Motlop will take it. And he can go all the way here, Motlop. This is in his range.
I think he decided that even before he took the mark, Bruce, that he was inside his range. There's a couple of token looks around the corner to see whether or not anyone was free, but I think he had one thing in mind as he approached that footy.
Peter Burgoyne becoming important here, isn't he?
Off half back, he was quiet in the first half too. He's been averaging over 30 touches a game.
Just 3 steps, Motlop, and then with a long, long goal. He is unique.
The most talented players do make this game look ridiculously easy. Here's the turnover, just a bit of pressure. On that occasion when the ball got to centre half back, at least Port had a contest. Treadray brought the ball to ground, and then it was Burgoyne who'd pushed up to the centre of the ground who was able to finish off and get to Burgoyne. How many steps is that? 3, 4?
3. Little ones too, Tim. Tiny ones.
Wonderful strike, isn't it?
So the margin suddenly up to 17 points. Good start to this term by the Power. As the boys said, Motlop made it look easy. The problem with his game, sometimes when the opposition have got the football, he makes it look easy. Mackey feeds it back. This is Chapman, lost it. Burgoyne pushed off it. Chapman with strength did brilliantly. Mackey got it from Enright, 60 metres out. Goes down towards the pocket. Peter Burgoyne, the ringmaster at the moment. Terrific stuff. The hand pass comes out, taken by Surgeon. He's been handy. Kicks towards half forward. Pearce hasn't got the football. Gets the free kick.
Great interception there by Burgoyne. He started this quarter magnificently.
They're putting it to the Cats now.
That's mine.
Pearce inside the forward 50. Judgment almost there to Ebert. Plays it along the boundary. It's out of bounds.
Just watching Burgoyne back there at half back against Dennis. He plays cat and mouse with players as they break from centre. He was daring the Geelong player to actually kick the ball to his direct opponent then.
He's picked the right team, but That then becomes confusing. Throw it in. That was a push in the back. Delayed. No free kick. Ottens, who's been terrific, on his knees. Hand passed into an opponent laid. Ricocheted to Wainwright. Taken by Chapman. Now the hand pass comes from Joel Corey. Like a kick.
That's a world record, that handball.
Hey, you're right.
It'll be a boundary throw in. What's this again?
Bang, straight in the back. Cannot push a ruckman out of a contest like that. How could you miss that?
So the same two go at it. Salopek's little give. Burgoyne brilliant to Chad Corns, and a brilliant kick again. And Port have come out.
That handball
brilliantly.
from Burgoyne was just extraordinary. It was a look away. Just watch this again. Look away handball. Bang.
Oh, it doesn't get any better than that, does it? The brothers Burgoyne and the brothers Corns.
You'd back Motlop from here too.
He'll get the distance.
No question about that.
Well, this has been a part of their game. They've been so efficient, but he's missed that. And I guess we've been critical of their forwards, Tim, but Motlop's got two to Westhoff, and Ebert and Treadray one, so they've got 6 out of them, haven't they? So it's not a bad return.
They've started actually they started this third quarter well, the forwards. But they've been getting a lot of good supply from the midfield too.
You ran through the mark. No. You ran through the mark.
Ebert's got 2, by the way, so there's 7. So a 50-metre penalty against Kane Corns.
Otten's coming off the ground, being replaced by Blake, who'll try and push hard forward just to engage Lade.
So big time, perhaps in the context of his season for Blake. Has to give a good 15 minutes here, you would think. Kick towards half forward. Varco in front. Couldn't complete the mark. Diving in and doing very well on the ground there was Mooney. Gave it out to Scarlett, to Mackey. 60 metres from goal. What a monumental kick.
Well, I think he's close to the most improved player in the competition, Andrew Mackey. Has played the season as one of the back 6, but has also, this is a 50-metre penalty that got them forward. Here's Scarlett, who moved up to centre-half forward and set that up. But Mackey's played as one of the back 6 today. He's played as a wingman. He and Chad Corns have been opposed.
Chaplin. So Chaplin to run at centre wing.
Towards half forward, Westhoff. Now what will he do here? He's just outside the 50, decides to hold up. Plenty of one-on-one stuff down deep. That's not a bad matchup to go for. Lade and Milburn. Ebert needs to clear it out. Westhoff goes short. That's a better matchup still. Treadray and nobody.
So really smart the way they worked that ball forward, then Port too. They opened up that fat side of the ground, and then their players just spread to the space there. They held it up beautifully, and now they've got another goal scoring opportunity. Westhoff coming off the ground. He's going to be replaced by Motlop, who'll go forward. Keep the pressure on the defence.
Treadray on the clock now. Take a shot at goal these days. You feel like a quiz contestant. Steps inside the 50. Has it got the carry? Well, it did, but didn't have the line behind. So the margin, 14 points.
Their zone's been good. They've really slowed the ball from these point kick-ins. And this has put pressure back on Geelong then.
Bring it in.
And this is a good case in point, Tim, exactly as you're saying.
Play on, that's fine.
So Hunt is such a long kick to himself. Sets Kelly up. Corns, beautiful mark.
Anytime you force a long kick, it's a win to the opposition.
So Chad Corns strolls away. Surgeon provides a shepherd, but again, Geelong able to pick it off. Enright, they need some quick movement. Hunt, perhaps I'll get it here. They've given it to the right bloke. Wojcinski's gone. Holding the footy.
Right bloke was chasing him.
Yeah, you're right.
Let him go. Hey. You nearly, just don't grab him.
So some...
It's actually red, isn't it?
Just settle down. Hey,
Yep. So I think Port Adelaide player, they're just anxious to get the footy up. Some bad language. So Sean Burgoyne, who's kicked 2 very good goals around the corner today from set stoppages.
I'm staying here. Where are you?
I'm in the mid. Okay.
7 goals, 3 from set shots this year. So skilled. You expect him to goal here. And he does. And Port not going away. He's got 3.
That's a very handy lead now. They've opened up 20 points in this third quarter. Sean Burgoyne's had 17 touches now. Kane Corns and Chad have had a lot more of the ball, but his effectiveness this afternoon, 5 clearances as well, 7 tackles. I reckon he's worked as hard this afternoon as I've ever seen him work in a game of football. It hasn't come easy for him this afternoon, but he's made sure that he's been a part of the game right from the outset.
Ricky Olorenshaw down on the boundary.
Well, at ground level, I can actually hear what the Geelong players are saying. And in particular, Harley and Scarlett, the backline leads, have been screaming at their midfield just to tighten up and add more pressure to Port as they move the ball forward. They feel they're giving them too much space and allow them to pinpoint passes as they go forward.
Margin 20 points. It's amazing what a few good players can do to a team. We've got a ball up. And what a victory like this can do to the aspirations and confidence of a team like Port Adelaide.
Logan's
and the market.
Logan's picking up Melbourne now.
The last thing Geelong can do here is concede another goal. Logan tracked it back. Well controlled by Playfair. Over the top, well played Burns. Stokes now right on the 50. Centering kick too high for Varco. This will be interesting. Varco and Boat go back, and Varco's got the pace, pulls it across his body. Pettigrew backed himself against the footy. Some desperation down there. Well played by Wakeland. And the ball ricochets across the line eventually after Burns had a half chance.
Great attack on the ball there by Playfair. The forwards have gone cold. Nathan Appler hasn't had a touch. Johnson hasn't had a touch. And Mooney's just had 2 disposals in this third quarter.
That gentleman was up, but he's been spoiled. Burgoyne holding his head in there as Chapman. Thinking back, I think, to the opposite end in the pocket when he conceded a free kick. He's still going. It came out the back eventually. A high tackle. Geelong free. Stokes has got it. Not difficult to take Stokes high.
And he's stoked too, Dennis. Here's the free kick. There could have been a free kick there early in that passage of play to Chapman. There's the one that's gone above the shoulder for a second time there.
Missed his last chance on the other side, similar distance. Needs to kick this one. And does.
He's become an important player in this Geelong lineup. He plays as a small defensive forward. Often he goes to the player that they believe will be the best playmaker in the back 6 for the opposition. Today, it's Peter Burgoyne. He's done an okay job on him for the first half, but Peter Burgoyne's got off the leash in this third quarter there as we see the tackle from him go over the shoulder. The umpire just allowing the play to go, just waiting for the ball to bobble out. In the end, it was a free kick.
So the Cats creep closer after Porter got to the biggest margin in the match. Nathan Ablett been worked on.
Brogan's gone down back again across half back as a free player.
So Port perhaps trying to shore up this lead at three-quarter time. They've done it in bursts a bit today, Port. Roden caught through the centre. Kane Corns, a handball. Stokes again becoming important, isn't it? As you said, Tim, a moment ago. Enright, Surgeon and Corey. Gee, Surgeon's been good. He's a competitor, isn't he?
Also.
And then with a bounce and a little one to Treadray. I think it's play on, not called a mark. And then Treadray on the left boot to the pocket. Hunt read it better than Ebert. He's done pretty well in the one-on-ones, Hunt. Ebert with a couple of goals in the first half. But Scarlett gets it away to Kelly. And that'll be disappointing, I reckon, for Mark Williams, that Geelong were able to win that ball a bit too easily out of defence. Burns to Chapman. Scarlett providing the shield. Surgeon has to go again against Ottens. Good mark, big fella. He's a talent, the big guy, isn't he?
Geelong got on top in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter too.
Now Brogan's filling a hole, Tim, about 30 metres from goal. And Gary Abbott worked hard outside the 50.
It's his next kick.
It's gone short. And Chaplin was almost wanting the line. It goes back to Chaplin. Did pretty well there. And Boat's hands were quick. And Wilson's away with a second bounce and a slow handball.
Drew his man, went over the top to Surgeon. Loved his game across half back. No margin for error out there. Roden takes it across the line.
They'll be just happy to control the ball in the last minute and a half here, Port Adelaide. It's been a good quarter for them.
Sean Burgoyne taking a seat. Boundary throw in. Lade won it down. Wilson back to Lade, in trouble, tries to go back to Wilson. Ottens dives in. Wilson goes over the top. It comes out the back to Kelly. Got the hand pass away. In desperate trouble, Burns. Taken out there by Corns. Kane Corns floats it towards half forward. Oh, terrific effort down there by Logan to punch it away from Milburn. Scarlett has it. We're down to 55 seconds as the Cats on the move towards half forward. But Pettigrew steps around Playfair, took the mark, and now he's running.
Bounds away and then goes inside the 50. Tredray's got it. Plays on. Important kick. And the captain has drilled it home.
This won't go down as a stat this afternoon, but the pressure then from Logan at centre half back just to force a missed kick here by Scarlett. Didn't hit its target. Now they're in real trouble. The defenders have moved up the ground. They're offside. Tredray, as you can see, just in the back of the screen there, just getting in behind Egan, and that was a beautifully placed kick and a wonderful finish from him. Been impressive this afternoon, Port Adelaide.
Well, the last thing they could concede the Cats was a goal inside the last minute. Port doing very well inside 50. Been pretty dangerous since half-time. Mark Williams getting very involved. His first loss as a coach came against Geelong, round 4, 1999. Chances are they could win this afternoon. Wojcinski has other ideas out of the middle, inside the 50. Pettigrew, who's been resolute, pushed in the back, surely. No free kick. Now a chance for Johnson. He got it from Ablett, and he snaps. And behind. Did that hit the post?
It did hit the post. That had to be a free kick, though, Dennis. You called it correctly. In the process of tackling, he just went straight into the back of the Port player.
So Port must hold their nerve here. Corns works hard, as he does so well. There's so much to admire about him.
This is 28.
He's had a tough year, as Kane Corns and his wife Lucy, with their little youngster Eddie. And he's a real fighter too.
Yes.
Wakeland taking the mark. And what a good quarter of football from Port Adelaide. They are putting it to the team who hasn't lost since round 5, admittedly with some key players out. It's been a terrific contest. Three-quarter time, Port lead by 86-67.
This Father's Day, it's all about Dad at Harvey Norman. Shop now for your chance to win one of 10 fantastic Jayco Eagle camper trailers. Small to tow, big to live in, the Eagle sleeps 6 in comfort. No wonder it's Australia's favourite camper trailer. Valued at $20,400 each. Win and your family holidays could become a ticket to freedom. Just make a Dad's Day gift purchase now to go in the draw. With great deals and 10 great Jayco camper trailers to be won, Dad's Day is a winner at Harvey Norman.
Right, Money, we're off. We'll see you at the party.
Yeah, no worries, fellas.
Bye.
I'll see you there.
Clever, fellas. Very clever.
I like a bloke who's man enough to wear pink. Come meet my friends.
Sure. Cheers for the fashion tip, fellas.
Classic. At Nissan, we've shifted our thinking on luxury. The all-wheel drive Nissan Murano has an award-winning V6, X-Tronic CVT, VDC, and a host of luxury features, while the V6 Nissan Maxima has X-Tronic CVT, VDC, leather seat trim, and other luxuries. But we've also shifted our thinking on value. The Murano is only $45,990, the Maxima only $34,990. So shift your thinking on luxury.
Bunnings Warehouse hard hits as seen on Fox Sports.
Gibbs, Carlton could be in front in a moment. Favola has the sit here with Fletcher. Hard man to beat Fletcher. 2 of them down and hurt.
Got plenty of it. Here's the clash.
Oh, Mark Johnson, Brendan Favola, eyes only for the footy, both of them. Kick the ball. I wonder how that might impact on the match. Bad miss.
The AFL Hard Hits is brought to you by Bunnings Warehouse.
With the AFL finals just around the corner, Saints leader Nick Riewoldt settles onto the couch to chat about his team's chances for September. Nick Riewoldt on the couch, 8:30 Monday night, live on Fox Sports 1.
Port on top, 19 points. Otten's knocked it down. Brogan goes after it. Burgoyne had it. Still has a hand on it, and the umpire will do it again. A late goal by Port. Very important in that previous term. Otten's again. Corey, who's been well held, went to ground. Immediately attracts a crowd. And both clubs knowing how important this first clearance is.
Logan now tagging and running with Mackie.
And Treadray up the ground to basically centre half forward.
Otten's only as far as Burgoyne. Gets it wide of the pack. This one's gone down towards half forward though for the Cats. Leading the race Burns, but the boundary line is too close. We'll have a boundary throw in. 86 plays 67. And Port have led at every change this afternoon.
Chad Corns in the goal square on his own on Tom Harley. They're the only two players inside the attacking 50 for Port.
Here, Port Adelaide ball. Port Adelaide here. Against it, no. Get him around the head.
So, talking about Logan on Mackie, he's received a free kick. Off the ball high, apparently. Kane Corns' kick. Treadray or Westhoff from nowhere, and then nonchalantly kicks to even.
He's hurt his back too, Westhoff.
Hey, goes him high, around the back of the head. Yeah, go through, mate.
He's just laconic, isn't he? He's slow motion. He's so clean, though. He's a gifted young footballer. He's got great skills, and that was so well thought out in the end. Well, this is a massive kick. He had a bigger one last week. Well, this is pretty big, I reckon, in the context of today, and maybe Port Adelaide's drive for a premiership. And Ebert has dogged it and kicked a third goal. 50 for the year.
I think one more and the game is Port's, but that was a wonderful bit of play there by Westhoff. It was a good long kick to a 2-on-2 contest. Logan got under Mackie's skin. He's gone to him. He's going to tag him. He's going to wear him. He's going to annoy him as much as he possibly can. It worked on that occasion. And there's a wonderful spearing pass across to the space there in front of Ebert. And as we've said already this afternoon, he's an excellent finisher.
Now, the challenge squarely with the Cats. Down goes Corns in the grip of Otten's, and we'll have a bounce. It's been a while. Unfamiliar territory for that group of gentlemen. Otten's perhaps could have got a free kick there. Corey falling to the ground. Clever hand pass. Burns feeds it to Kelly. 55 metres out. Wayward kick. Wanders down towards the pocket. Mooney tries to keep it alive. Behind. Burgoyne to bring it in. So it's in dangerous hands as far as Geelong are concerned. Although he's forced to go short to Chaplin in the pocket.
He did the right thing too, just holding the play up then. There was nothing on ahead. Now they've set themselves again.
Kasisi having a wonderful season.
He's a gritty player, isn't he, Kasisi?
Had Gary Ablett all afternoon. Still had 23 touches, Gary Ablett.
And that's a bad result. He was forced to kick in the end, taking too long to get rid of it, and then went straight out of bounds on the full. So Milburn to square to Kelly. Treadray coming up. So nobody in Port Adelaide's forward 80 basically. No one basically forward to the centre now for Port as Chad Corns goes into defence for the moment almost. Kelly wide to Enright. So Geelong slow build up here. And they have to kick at least 5 goals to win the Cats. And it's taken them 3 quarters to get 10 today.
Everybody's in Geelong's half now.
So Hunt is normally a very good kick to Ablett. This is where no little free kick or 50-metre penalty. Ablett loads up, big long kick. Wakeland had a crack. Chad Corns belts away to the boundary line. And there is nobody forward to the centre as we look.
That's the Port Adelaide forward line. Nobody in there. Motlop just moving back inside that half now with Westhoff.
Boundary throw in, bit going on too. Otten's won it down. Chaplin loops it over the top. Peter Burgoyne. Now a chance. Wojcinski couldn't get through. Surgeon slaps it into the path of Chaplin. Well played. Chaplin up towards the wing. Logan outnumbered. Put down. Chance for Kelly. Logan frisked him. Coming through there was Mackey, and the ball's out of bounds. So a very good result for Port.
He's a desperate player, Logan, isn't he?
Yep.
Kane Corn's got hold of Joel Corey here.
Otten's in front. Kelly found a way through. Kicks inside the forward 50 then. Big leap down there by Nathan Ablett. Tries to track it. Mooney falling to the ground. Found Corey. Corey 35 metres out. It bounces once and goes through for a goal.
Joel Corey just sprinted from that stoppage. And if you go right back, this kick should never have actually made the distance because Pettigrew should have chopped that off. He wasn't nearly desperate enough with the smother. Kane Corn's just tracking Joel Corey, but he just couldn't get to him in time. There's the contest. Mooney winning that ball, just handballing it out, and Corey finishing off. They've still got a heartbeat here, Geelong.
Gary Ablett going from the ground for the moment into the rooms just to put the ice on, I think, or the cool, just to try and get him reinvigorated. He had a real burst in the second quarter when he came back on. Corey's goal so important. Geelong, proud team, a winning team, but Port a match for them so far today. Burns from Chapman as Geelong make a dash now. Ablett and Wakelin, and Geelong getting it right forward, but a boundary throw in.
Limping now. Wakelin too, he's done a good job since he went to Nathan Ablett. Has had the same separation that Nathan Ablett was able to get.
Handy being the home team, isn't it? On a hot day like this. Wonder if a Port Adelaide player stood in front of him if they turned it on. Well, Brogan just... Oh, it's going to Ottens.
2 arms around him, no. You've gone and wrapped it. You've wrapped him. Your arms on him, no. Your arms aimed up for the footy.
Well, it's not an argument Brogan's going to win.
Well, that's 50-50. Have a look at this again. Otten's got his arm around Brogan. Brogan's got his arm around Otten's, and the umpire decides to give it to Geelong.
Yeah, that's arms around. It's a body blow, isn't it? Now, Otten's normally a goal kicker. Geelong closing here. Fortuitous free kick. I think he's missed. Well, that is a let-off for Port.
Wakelin's just limped off the ground too, so he'll be replaced by Michael Wilson. That will mean some restructuring in their defence.
Wakelin had a hamstring injury earlier this year, so he missed about 4 matches.
Brogan very unhappy, but not Otten's fault he got the free. Now Johnson goes in and kicks a goal. That could be a turning point. How careless.
That's extraordinary. The umpire was positioned right behind. Boy, you just wonder what went through his mind then. It was always going to be a difficult kick to hit. Anyway, given the proximity of the 2 Geelong players.
Good sign for Geelong, the fact that Port were having trouble getting it out anyway.
That's right, yeah.
Laid off as a lead, but it's not too convincing. He's in front. Clever. Logan to Lade. Who's that to? Oh, Ablett got it in any case. Now Blake. Blake forward of the wing. Beautiful finish. Earlier in the game they dared him to kick it. Well, he dared to kick that one, and he found Stokes at centre-half forward. Oh, that's not a good kick. Looking for Mooney. Bounces away from him. Close to the boundary line. It's out. Oh, a push in the back.
Cameron pushed him.
Wow.
Shit.
Cameron. Line.
Well, hang on. The umpire was going to bring him round on the angle.
Right there, Mark's there.
I'm not sure you can do that.
I reckon Mooney was over the boundary line when he was pushed as well.
Well, I think so. Well, let's play the free kick.
He was well over the boundary line.
Umpire Head was calling him to come around. He played on without moving, and there is justice. We're seeing some remarkable stuff in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Bizarre. Just got to put that down to poor umpiring, don't you?
The Port forwards look so tired too. When they broke from half-back, it was only Lade that actually led out to the wing. He was the only target they had.
He's the target there and takes the mark.
Ebert's having a rest. Pearce is having a rest. Surgeon's off the ground.
Well, this might be their chance. Kane Corn's running hard for Wilson. Important kick. Going wide. Salopek, who's had a pretty good match. Is that deliberate? Just tapping him over the line. So Darryl Wakeland, who knows? Has he played his last game of footy, eh? What a stalwart he's been. Port hanging on. Geelong coming at them. Logan's getting better as this game goes on. Chad Corns just to Harley, the man who started this quarter on him. Well, he's off. Oh, he was strong enough to hold up in the tackle and got a little toe poke. Enright, whose run on Sean Burgoyne a moment ago was brilliant. What a kick to Milburn. Running to the runner, Varco. Varco's little one to Stokes. It wasn't a good kick. He should have gone over the top.
He should have kept carrying the ball, actually. He had a 1-on-none there. He could have got almost inside 50.
Needed to be braver, really. And when I say brave, he needed to take the
game on, yeah.
Just feel like Port want to sit on this 2-goal lead. They need a goal. Logan. Back to Milburn.
Milburn smothered by Salopek. Boak, Salopek, Chad Corns, Logan. Hasn't stopped trying. He goes down towards half forward. Motlop slipped over. Marked by Hunt. Arches the back. Did not get away. Motlop. It was going to take him low from the moment he got on the ground. Opportunity now as it ricochets across towards Milburn. Hunt has it. Board of the wing. Oh, well done, Wilson. It's out of bounds on the wing. Boundary throw in. 10 points the difference.
3 smothers there in 20 seconds of football. Players are really, really tired. They can't get anything across half forward at the moment, though. Port, not one of those players is breaking free.
Sean Burgoyne's going forward for them. Important ball. Corns was good there, but a poor handball. Varco to Chapman. High ball. Brogan got back and fills the hole.
Good work.
He does that well, Brogan.
Good work there by Pettigrew.
Now Roden on here if he can take the mark. Chapman got across in a hurry to Pearce, or rather to Peter Burgoyne, I should say. Normally a good kick. Now I wonder if Ebert could go all the way. He's got Salopek in the pocket. Not sure if that was the right way to go. Terrific play by David Johnson. I think Ebert could have carried that ball another 5 metres on the burst and had a shot.
Well, when Burgoyne got the ball, actually Logan was inside.
Boundary throw in. Lade flicks it down in front. Salopek to Lade, lines up from about 35 metres and kicks it behind. And these are tired players now on a hot day. In a high-tempo match. Chapman coming up for his 20th possession. Comes broadcast side. Milburn's in front. Cassisi is closing. Strong hands Milburn.
Chad Corns has had 14 disposals in this last quarter. Kane's had 12. No, just getting the wrong information there.
Here's Milburn. Squares it. The Suns a problem. Taken though by Johnson. Looks down towards half forward. Egan pushing up the ground. Marks on the wing. Close to the boundary line. Half distance kick. That's ambitious. Varco couldn't do much with that one. It ricochets off his body and goes out of bounds. 93 plays 82. The margin was 19 points at three-quarter time. And that dream of 16 wins in a row, still a reality. Still a possibility as they battle it left half forward. And the umpire will move in and ball it up. Brogan and Corey, the last men to get up.
So Port trying to do something that's a hard thing to do away from home, just for the third time. Their away form this year has been good, though. They've beaten the Dockers in the opening game. They beat Hawthorn last week. They beat Brisbane in Brisbane. And they beat Collingwood at the MCG. So got very good away form, Port Adelaide. What about the stakes here, Tim? I mean, Port playing for so much. Geelong playing for 16 in a row, but they have got different incentives right now, haven't they? Mackie to Kelly. In short to Corey. Gee, did well, Corey. Chaplin. Boak. Pettigrew. High ball. Salopek and Burns. Well, good mark Salopek.
They could just give up this game now, though, Geelong. It wouldn't make any difference to their season whatsoever. I remember a few years ago in the 90s when the Cubs...
Here's a turnover, sorry, to Tim Corey. The kick too far for Kane Corns, and Chad Corns with that little handball coming out to Ablett, paddling it forward. Chad Corns, terrific. Hey, didn't have it. No. Free kick to Ablett.
Mackey's free.
He goes looking for him. Oh, Chaplin came up, wanted it most, read it brilliantly. Comes to Wilson. 92, or rather 93 to 82. This is Ebert.
This is where Motlop has to work really hard. He's the only player now inside 50 for Port.
Back to Thurston's. He's had a pretty rough day, but since half-time has fought back a little. You wouldn't think that, though, to look at his stats, just the one kick, and that was it.
Port making multiple changes. They've just brought 3 midfielders on the ground then, Port.
Like watching history. There goes the kick from Peter Burgoyne. Very high. A tired kick. Ottens from the back of the pack. Kelly. Untidy hand pass. Bit a couple of teammates. Ebert to Motlop. Will this run on? Yes! Oh, clever goal.
Well, that was just an errant handball that got into the wrong hands there. Here's the contest. Kelly just missing the handball, and then a good pick up there by Ebert. And Motlop, who, I mean, sometimes he's out there, he almost looks disinterested, but he just seems to find himself placing himself in the right position. See Neil Baum there at the back of the box there, just disappointed with what he's seen too. 8 minutes, 17 points, they've still got time.
He was sucking it in hard there, Big Cam, wasn't he? In the previous 10 minutes of that goal, both teams had kicked just 1 point. That's how hard it's been. Once this last quarter settled, now Pearce, Port with a real chance to kill it off here. Goes short and gets to Burgoyne.
Well, those two players have just been rested and come back onto the ground, Bruce. So that's how critical it is in a final quarter in a game where it's been really hot like this afternoon to give those players a rest. Ebert, we've seen him be impactful since he came onto the ground too after a break.
We talked a lot about their forward line today. It is an interesting mix. Westhoff, Motlop, but they're different types of players, aren't they? Now Burgoyne, normally a terrific kick. He's hooked it. So still an opportunity for Geelong. Have they got the energy? Can they get back? But it's a 3-goal game, and Port has led for much of this match today at Skilled Stadium.
Kelly to Harley. He goes back towards the kick-off line. This is Hunt. Only the 3rd time this season the Cats have conceded 100 points. Johnson, despairing lunge.
Not a lot of run out there for Geelong now.
He's got the ball at half-back, Johnson. Oh. Hunt. Ablett. They need an idea. Ablett, that's a beautiful kick. Now Milburn decides to go long. There's no Mooney down there. Chaplin's been terrific.
She played that well.
That's 3 outstanding marks in the last 10 minutes. Peter Burgoyne, well, get back on the horse. He's made a couple of mistakes in this term, but showed confidence there. Gave it to Brogan. This is Roden. Wilson is on. Just get the feeling that Port have done enough. Just over 6 minutes to go. 18 points the margin. Wilson. Brogan, play-on's the call, not 15. So Brogan decides to run. Ottens in pursuit. Couldn't do much about it. Offhands, a chance for Pearce. Didn't have the football. Salopek, Cassisi tumbles one inside the forward 50. Awkward bounce down there for Ablett. Knocked away by Hunt. But it's out of bounds and a boundary throw-in.
Did well just spanking that down the line.
Gee, Chaplin's last quarter with Wakelin off the ground. He has stood so tall down back.
It's been important.
Ottens with the tap. Enright cut off. Laid, little give. Cassisi working hard. Or Kelly rode him down. And then Corns gives a free kick away against Kelly.
This is where they're finding it difficult to generate any run. They're just tired. There's no movement at all. Burns darting off to the fat side.
He's got Laid chasing, so he'll take him on, you'd reckon. A second bounce. Westhoff will come in now and force him to make a decision. But he goes around Westhoff. Big run by Burns, and he's given to a bloke that can carry the footy. Decides to kick quickly, Varco.
hit his hands.
So the chop against the arms, against Chapman, going to Steve Johnson.
Once again, Varco could have been a lot bolder, though, with the ball and taken the game on. He could have run almost to 50 then. No one's going to chase him. The Port Adelaide players are just as tired as most of the Cats.
You reckon this is nearly their last chance, and he's probably good enough to kick it, Steve Johnson?
Shoot.
He has. He's kicked 3, 2 in the last quarter. They're still in it.
That was really good play there by Burns. He took the game on from half back. There was nothing happening for Geelong. He got the switch and then actually ran, created the one-on-none when he carried the ball right up to Burgoyne. I mean, that is a free kick, though. You can't take the player's arms out in a marking duel like that. The umpires have been consistent all year with that.
Magnificent kick.
Well, he's a fabulous player.
Steve Johnson, 38 goals for the season. His best effort, 5. Round 18 against the Tigers.
Brogan's gone back again. Geelong trying to push their players up to centre-half forward.
Otten's up early. Laid. Knocked it down. Battles again. Corey emerges with it, though. Kicks towards half forward. Steve Johnson once more. He's got 3 goals. Springs to his feet. Wants to go. Gets himself into trouble. Now he goes to Chapman. Chapman 35 metres out. Kicks it.
He's mercurial, isn't he, Steve Johnson? You just want players in your forward half that will take the game on like he just did then. He drew the Port Adelaide players to him. A look-away handball over the top. And the great sign about Geelong, you've got to beat them. They're not going to just lay down and let you win. You're going to take the 4 points off them this afternoon, then you're going to have to play the game right out.
Goal to Chapman. Harley's gone forward, which forces Brogan to pick up a man. Talking about Chapman's big last quarter, suddenly Steve Johnson's turned him inside out a couple of times.
They've got a 7-man forward line. Port Adelaide got an open forward line, just 4.
So 2 goals in a minute, and the Cats right back. Corey gets it from Ottens, goes to full forward. Mooney, almost, yes! Is it paid? No. Thirsters, all the little give by Burgoyne, not great. Hot footy to be won.
Gee, I'd like to see that again.
Gee, Mooney had a bit
Here's
of
the contest again. There's Cam Mooney behind. There's the marking duel. No. Correct decision.
What a contest it was from both players.
Spot on.
Otten's doing well. Cassisi got an important touch. And then Brogan gets away. And just bangs it. Now Laid versus Burns. Oh, gee, Burns did well. Laid's exhausted, I think. Burns paddling it. Winning it back to Corey, and then Corey fending off, back to Chapman. Suddenly happening for the Cats. Good kick inside to Mackie. Well, on the run, he kicked this.
Corey's been important in the last couple of minutes of play, Joel Corey.
Yeah.
Not signed for most of the afternoon, and Burns has got the leg speed as well.
He could kick this, Mackie. This to make it all square. Coming back. Just missing. So Port by 5 points as Geelong start to tighten the noose around their necks.
And this huge crowd certainly making their presence felt. The umpire thought about that, paid the mark to Laid, as Bruce said moments ago, out on his feet. Just get the feeling if Port Adelaide can't win today, they can't beat Geelong this season. Mark is taken by Thurston.
Sorry, Hawthorn were in this exact position against Port, weren't they, last week, when Port were able to get over them.
Yep. Thurston's told to play on.
He's got to kick down the line.
Oh, gee. Just imagine how Mark Williams is feeling at the moment. Peter Burgoyne, back to Thurston's, just kick the thing. He's tackled. That is going to be a ball up. Well, their own ineptness probably saved them from being penalised there.
It's been a while since we've seen that sort of tension in the Geelong box this year too.
So we've got a ball up. Umpire Kennedy. Goal side completely open. You would imagine Ottens will try and hit it that way. Somebody did. Over the top, it was Enright. Goes after the football. Gives it to Ottens. Ottens goes to one knee. Ablett's got it. Finds a way through. Hits a goal. Geelong in front.
The Kareem just rises to the top. This is
It's just so symbolic of his football, isn't it?
It's just an extraordinary bit of play.
His father did things that would have been replaying for a decade. They'll replay that goal for the next 20 years when they talk about how good was Gary Ablett Jr.
And you'll have to put it in context as to the stage of the game too.
That was just magic. Peter Burgoyne. Port have been in front for the last 59 minutes. They're not right now. It's a point in it. Pettigrew has to go on and does and keeps on going on and now gets to 50 and kicks to the goal square. Even no Harley this time. I thought for a moment that history might repeat itself. Players don't know how long to go. Plenty of time, you would think, for a goal for either team. Otten's terrific mark. He's getting his just desserts now, Ottens, isn't he? He's been a maligned footballer.
Yep.
But they love him down here.
They're going to find their opponents now. Port Adelaide, they'll get another crack at it. They'll get the ball back.
Milburn goes back to Hunt. Ottens has more than held his own against Lade this afternoon, and that's not easy. Enright. We're down to 1 minute and 5 seconds.
They'll get another crack here. They've locked them down.
Enright goes for distance then. Something Thurston's should have done a little while ago. Was that a half volley? No, it's a mark. Ottens. One more kick. Safely negotiated. Could just about kill this off. Ottens. Well, he's not going to kick it. He's in trouble. Hand passes to Mackey. Ottens comes again. On his knees. It's wrenched away from him. And the umpire James, has called for it. One thing's assured, we'll get a good bounce.
Geelong pushing all their numbers behind the ball.
Corns held up. Chapman, well done. And then bangs it to some safety. Chapman being held onto by Johnson. No free kick. Burgoyne. Not much time. Arches his back. One last hurrah. Loads up. They need a mark and then a goal. Westhoff almost. Motlop couldn't quite. Enright. Good tackle. Cassisi to win it. Cassisi does win it. History repeats itself. They did it to the Hawks last week. They've done it to the Cats this week.
There's the contest. There's Enright, and here's a great push-up tackle there by the Port Adelaide player. Just couldn't quite catch who it was that laid that tackle, but there's 3 seconds now left on the clock. Port Adelaide just pushing all their numbers behind the ball. And it's been an extraordinary afternoon of football. And Geelong, no, they're done now.
As it was last week, 3 seconds left on the clock. To say they cut it fine is an understatement. They've won 8 premiership points in 6 seconds this year. 6 seconds in the past week. Lade knocks it down. Wait for the siren. 16 in a row not to be. Second place. Well, this will be interesting. 5 points. It will go to the mathematicians. Get out the calculator. 16-10 Port Adelaide over Geelong 15-11. Golly, we've seen some good games this season.
And that was one of them, all right. Look at Del Wakeman here. I wonder if this is a sign that this might be his last hurrah today. That's emotion just pouring out, isn't it?
He's been a wonderful player, Daryl, but he's torn his hamstring this afternoon, and you'd have to doubt that he's going to find his way back into the side, even if they were to go deep, deep, deep into the finals. I mean, that's just raw emotion.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.